Right,
but
we're
we're
off and
recording.
Right.
And I have two 3-star balls up there now.
Mm-hmm.
Andres and I put one up. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, one you prefer, I don't know which one I used last week.
I don't know. We just the rubber's good even though it looks bad.
Yeah.
We'll go with it. Okay.
Well, I watch my videos, and the only thing they mentioned on the serve, and then looking up online yesterday, is they talked about 6 inches once it leaves your hand.
Right.
So even if your hand follows it up or not, but you're saying that your hand can't follow it? Because I mean, I was just watching these guys serve, they were, you know, they're not doing much. I mean, they're there and then their hands, they're not blocking it, but it's not like an obvious 6-inch thing.
I think this is the machine I have it on. So we have to disconnect. No, I'll pull out the other one. That camera has Wi-Fi on it, and I don't want to take it off that Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So I'll bring up the other.
Yeah. I need to go to serving clinic.
Well,
My weakest part, since I haven't learned how to
you have
do
a.
it properly.
You don't have a robot, do you?
I don't.
You buy anything from Kapaa?
Yeah. Yeah, I get all their stuff. That thing, yeah, I'll pick your brain before I leave too, as far as what might be a good robot to organize.
That's interesting.
Look online and see. And he's got some used stuff that might get cheaper than that. So you're saying you gotta spend a pretty good amount of money to get a good robot?
This is the robot that I have. And what I do is I serve into these trays, and then I let the robot hit it back to me.
Got it, okay, yeah.
Now, let's see if they have the cheaper robot.
So you're talking, these are the really high-end ones that throw off
Yeah,
these different
that's-
spins and
this
stuff
one-
at you.
See, it has 2 heads,
Oh, I see, yeah.
and that means it can give you 2 different kinds of spins, one after the other,
Got it, okay.
and speeds.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not sure if it's a wired remote or if it's a wireless remote, but I would rather have the wireless remote.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. The server shall start with the ball resting freely on the open palm of the server's stationary free hand. The server shall then project the ball nearly vertically upwards without imparting any spin, so that it rises at least 16 centimeters, 6 inches, after leaving the palm of the free hand, then falls without touching anything before being struck. As the ball is falling, the server shall strike it so that it first touches his court, and then after passing over or around the net assembly, touches directly the receiver's court. From the start of the service until it's struck, the ball shall be above the surface of the playing level and behind the server's end line, and it shall not be hidden from the receiver by the server or anything they wear or carry. As soon as the ball has been projected, the server's free arm and hand shall be removed from the space between the ball and the net. It is the responsibility of the player to serve so that the umpire or assistant umpire can satisfy that, okay, complies with the requirement. But that's basically it. Now, if you look at it, most of them are serving in the 1 foot range, are tossing in the 1 foot range. The other thing is that's nearly vertical. Their serves are going like that.
Sure. Yeah.
And what I mean by that is you'll see a bunch of serves where they'll be like this and they'll toss it back.
Oh, I see, they'll toss it back, yeah.
Now, and umpires aren't calling one.
Right, yeah.
So, what does that mean? It's like speed limits around here.
Right, yeah.
It only means anything if the cops call you on it.
Sure, right.
And the cops don't most of the time. The umpires don't most of the time. So it's a rule that's not a rule.
Well, it's good to know, yeah, I mean, that's, I just want
The-
to, I want to learn how it's so illegal. I think it's important.
Well, your fast serve, your illegal fast serve is fast, but you can get, just watch this, don't even bother hitting it. Forehand.
Right.
I mean, you can
Same
get fast
thing,
serve,
right,
yeah.
It shouldn't matter, it's just a matter of getting it down.
Well, I'd say the trick is to get comfortable with the service motion. You got to know where the ball is. The way that I tell it to myself and others is, on the way up, okay, you start off in a comfortable, you hit that comfort spot, and then you're aware where the other person is, and you kind of decide where you're going to serve it. And then on the toss up, when it changes direction, is when you really focus on it, and you can see yourself in the ball. Now, the better players and the more you play the serve, you don't need to see yourself or the ball because muscle memory will come into effect. But and depending upon who you're playing, if the ball goes off the end of the table with the higher skill level, that means it's got a lot of junk on it. The serves that, well, here, let me give you a couple and see how you return these. Okay. the underspin serve, it goes, the bounces so it'll bounce twice, or it goes within this distance, less than this distance, off the end of the table. That's a fairly safe serve. You're not going to get people driving it back, as long as it stays low enough. Now here's serve that goes off the end of the table.
But that would give me a reason to loop it, or at least give me some time back.
Now, even a serve like this, that serve would just be killed by a, higher level player. The thing that's going to help you the most would be a robot. Going through a box of balls, serving, and then being able to video yourself and seeing what you're doing and being able to compare that to, quality players. And even if you have a good serve, like, okay, here's where to serve for me. Right down here with underspin. I'm missing about 70% of them. And I'm not sure why right now. But the serve like to you would be and then when you can serve those, you got an idea of what happens when somebody's serving them to you. So, and what you're relying on, or what I saw you relying on, was it was a fast, basically flat serve, or maybe with topspin, but it was really quickly delivered because the ball's hardly leaving your hand when you hit it. And so you understand about that. Now, as you get more into it, side spin will become more important. Well, there's push, pull, push, pull. It's easier to do pull side spin from both sides. Would you close the window to about 4 inches? Because I saw the wind was impacting it. Now, for a right-handed player, that's a good serve, what you just did, because of their backhand. For a left-handed player, that's not too good because it's outside, inside, and they'll come up and pick it up like that. However, if you do the same serve to my backhand, then it's inside, outside, and it goes like this. So try that same serve, only to no. Same place you were serving before, just down the line. Okay, here's the catch. I was serving like this. With respect to the table, you don't have the backswing area. You're hitting your body. Turn 45 degrees. Now, don't bother catching this one. And you still got that, but then just by changing the angle slightly, either on this, on your your forearm, or your wrist, then you got down the line. Okay? So, one there, then one there. And with a little bit of underspin. Okay. Here. Alternate them.
Okay. One of the things about crouching is that you can get on the level of the ball where you're going to hit it. You're hitting it too high, and that's why it's bouncing high. But you'll get it lower.
That's it. Drop lower. Yeah. It's gonna take a lot of practice.
Oh no, you'll get it.
I just need to hit up
Just
boxes of ball.
really watch the ball.
Right. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
You got it. Both of them, wow. Okay. Now, that ball I pick up with, if it was high enough, I'd just drive it. Otherwise, I'd do a side spin loop on it, which is a push loop. Doing it down the line, it makes it that I have to do a pull, drive, or a loop if I'm going to loop it. If I chop it, I'm still going to be pulling.
Yeah.
So, try it down the line again. You've almost got it. You're really close. Ah, the edge.
The edge loves you.
Can't touch the table though, right? If I hit the table with my racket.
You can't touch the table with your hand,
Yeah.
but you can touch the table with your racket. Now, when you get to height, and then, okay, see that's it at a fairly slow serve. But then you can start doing things like put more underspin on it and put overspin on it.
Right.
So, but this is your basic serve. It's a really simple serve, and it's a pull serve. Forehand, the same way. Now, I don't have the smoothness down that I do on my backhand because I've got a lot more practice on my backhand. See? Oops. And then you start putting more spin on it.
More spin means more spin.
That's it.
All right. Let's box them around a little bit. Yeah, I think I need to get a good little simple robot like what you have just to catch the balls, or even
Yeah.
a net for that matter.
Well,
Oh, yeah. Is it worth getting a robot like that just for general all-purpose, or is it better to save up and try to get one that's really going to give you all the spins you ever want?
none of them is going to be able to mime a real person.
Yeah.
The thing that a robot like this can't do is, well, it's got speed and spin are joined. You can't separate them out.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
The other robots, you'll be able to do it, but you're paying like twice as much.
Right. Yeah.
But that, like the Nuji, the 2040, which I think was $500, the one that I have, from Paddle Palace, 82. I like it because the programmable capability, the only difference between this one, is it 500 or 600 and 800 is the programming capability. And personally, I don't like the programming capability that they've got. I think they should have an Android app that's also wired.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know, an Android or an iPad app. The $600 one, you'll be able to have it actually serve by hitting, you know, its side of the net first, and you can have it do top spin, chop, and top side, bottom side, etc. So you'll get to practice on all it, and you can set the throwing angle and where it hits on the side on where you receive. So you can practice a lot of strokes with it. And the thing about the robot is it's more consistent than any human being I've met. Plus, you can dial up the rate at which it sends you balls, so that you can't get them all back. Yeah. So now. Edge. And you can get used to speed. Plus, you can set the robot up to it'll oscillate, or you can have it remain stationary. And the last night and today with Andras, I had it remain stationary, but then you can do forehand, move into backhand, and one of the nice things is getting the same shot like a topspin shot and going from returning it with chop to returning it with topspin, alternating between the two. Because the variety in what you can return will, I mean, to me it makes the game more enjoyable. Also, it changes the rhythm, but since you're the one that's doing it, you know what you're changing the rhythm to. Yes. And from what you said, you can easily, you know, if you have you don't have a table here, but you know, if you're alternating between Alaska and here, the robot isn't much to ship. It's pretty well. You can feel it, you know, it's lifted. And they sent it by USPS.
Nice, yeah.
It was something like $60 or $80, but I was really glad. All I had to do was go to the post office. Yeah. Sometime. Yeah. How much time? When do you have to leave?
Probably need to leave just after 6.
Okay.
5-ish.
So,
stuff to do?
No, I'm fine.
How much time you got?
There we go. Nice. That's a good, I like that return, so just get it a little higher. You're hitting it too far, much towards the net, that's it. A little more side spin.
Yeah.
Ah, you went the other side spin. That's it. That's it. No side spin.
Yeah, so much to learn.
Yeah. But you break it down into chunks.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the video I was watching,
Yeah.
the video I was watching, his big thing was either serve him short and low or long. You know, don't try to stay out of this middle range where somebody can just pick you off. And that makes a lot
Well,
of
if you
sense.
do it high, yeah.
Yeah.
Thumb again.
Set it up for you. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
So if you serve it and miss it, it's
That's
the other
the
person's
point,
point,
yeah.
regardless if you touch it or not.
Right. Yeah. That's your point?
Got it.
You have a natural inclination to do that. Turn that into a serve. You're going out like that, if I remember right. Let me do it. You could have done the same thing with that one. That's it. Huh. Yeah. Mm-mm. One of the things that I notice with the regular shot that you have, that you're pulling through, and you're not pulling through with the serve. If you pull through with the serve, I think you'll start getting it.
Maybe more of the pendulum off your body kind of thing. Yep. A lot rapid speed too. Trying to get it. Yeah, missed the ball.
Oh yeah, twice as ridiculous. Lazy.
Yeah. Oh. Very nice.
Danke.
Nice.
Thought I was just miming you.
Where's Anders from?
Hungary.
Hungary.
His wife is also Hungarian, but they married in Thailand about 5 or 6 years ago. I think it may have hit the side. I don't know. That's the shot.
Right there.
Yep.
You have good eyes? Or are they starting to?
I had an eyeball stroke in this eye, which was a blood vessel that was going to the optic nerve. In 2007, it burst. That's a stroke. And so I have very diminished vision. I've got peripheral vision, but there's not as much light that's coming to the brain because of the dead nerve endings. Yeah.
Get that one down.
That's the push,
You'll push down the line shot.
sir. Well, push and pull.
Mhm.
That was a double hit.
Yeah, it's off my finger.
Yeah. Nice. Another leg. Yeah. Too early. Way.
Way into that one.
Really. Nice shot. How does that? Oh yeah. Lazy. Huh?
I guess the reason you don't want it bounced off the table on a short spinny shot is that if it goes off, it gives them more option to loop it or get something on it. You know, because often they say it's good to hit twice, you know, or make sure it's not going off the table.
Well, it's going to hit twice, yeah. What I was saying is one of them is if you're going to hit short so that it bounces twice, then you can't make it high. If it's too high, they're going to come in and put it away. And it bounces, and it's a second bounce, takes it about 4 inches off the table. That's a shot that can be put away. So anything less than that, and again, this depends upon the skill level.
Sure.
But the second bounce is obviously going to be lower. An ideal one is one that comes in, doesn't go up very far, and then hits
Yeah.
the. Now I've got a serve when it's on, and it's on most of the time, except that I've been practicing other stuff, but it goes kind of like this. Let me get a couple, so that I got a couple. That's the base serve, but then I can vary the speed and the spin. Oops. Sorry.
Easy pickings.
Nice.
So I always like to push us down the line, but we're normal. Well, left-hand player especially, that gives you a great advantage, I would imagine.
Oh yeah. No, I like that, sir, even though you missed it.
Yeah.
It's that one.
Yeah,
And I missed it.
that's one I use a lot. It's my legal serving technique. It's really effective, but it take a while to get it down. My legal serve, but it's
Well, serve it to me illegally. Okay. All you've got to get down is the timing
yeah.
of where you are. Let's see. Yeah. That's basically your serve.
Sure,
You got it down at least once.
I'm practicing, yeah.
And that was that same serve cross court. I mean, here's what I would recommend if you do the robot thing, or you've got plenty of balls. I mean, the cool thing is having a net.
Right,
If
yeah.
you got enough balls, is do your illegal serve, see what it does, and then, again, the only difference, you've got the same relationship between the ball and the racket in the table with the legal serve as you do with the illegal serve. So then it's just timing.
Yes.
Now, that part is the part in basically everything we do is timing.
Sure.
So, but you know where the ball is, you know where your racket is, so you're 2 steps up on it already.
Yeah.
So virtually all of your serves that you like, you should be able to translate them into legal serves.
Yeah.
Now the difference is between the illegal serve and the legal serve, What's the difference from the receiver's standpoint?
Well, you can see what's going on. I mean,
Okay, you can see what's going on as well.
you have a lot more time to react to it, so.
That's it.
Yeah.
You think so. However, when you start getting the serves down, you have the ability to change what you're going to do on the fly. So a serve going cross court, well, it can be put anywhere in there. And then what you have to do is watch the racket angle.
Right,
If I'm going here, I move my racket a little bit to go there. I may move it a lot to go cross court, or I may go like that for down the line, and like that for cross court. So down the line is like that. Yeah, it's through the racket handle here. It's perpendicular to the racket handle. So there versus there. The thing is to get used to enough in time so that you can spend time to both see the serve that you're receiving and what's being put on it, and see the serve that you're serving. What I've been focusing on lately is the push backhand outside spin, because I've got that, and what I want is, in addition to that, is I want to have that. So one's outside inside and the other one's inside outside. And what I noticed when I was serving that was that I'm really, when it really feels in the groove, I'm really watching the ball so closely that I'm seeing where I'm hitting it. You know, absolutely where I'm hitting it. And so you can do that. Oh, that's interesting. That one.
They call it tomahawk?
No, well, there's two that go off of that. One of them is, let's see. No, that didn't work. Okay, here. No, I can't do it. I need to practice a little bit. But it's like this. You can go like that, or like that.
I see, yeah.
Now, I'm just way off in my timing on that. But they're both nice tomahawk serves. It's just that this is unexpected because typically from the backhand, and it's kind of like going like that
I see, yeah.
and hitting with the backhand side on the forehand. So that's a normal backhand, this is a normal forehand. Now you've seen them standing at the side of the table serving. This is the way most of them do it, but there's the reverse. So this is like they're both forehand, but that's forehand that way. This is forehand this way. And you can vary a lot of, oh nice. You can vary the spins just by, you rotate your racket when you get into it. So if you hit it with this part as it's going down, it's putting bottom, but at the same time that's going down, this is going up, and so then it becomes top. So just by, or it becomes, or you can have it be no spin, and no spin is a favorite one because then the receiver has to put the spin on it, and if the ball's low, it's kind of awkward. One of the ways to do this, you can't do this with a robot because at $700, the robot doesn't deliver, or $600, whatever, $600, the robot doesn't deliver no spin shots. Spend another $1,000 or $700-800 more, and the robots can deliver no spin shots, which is really nice because, like, let's see. Okay.
My favorite
Cool.
server here so far.
Yeah.
Nice return.
Ooh, deep in the corner.
Right. Tennis, anyone?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of that too, so that's where I'm getting confused with all my retraining on all these sports.
Yeah.
Mixing them up a little bit.
Well, you can always go with tennis strokes.
So would you say it's better? I mean, just watching a little bit of the video of the last time I played you. I kind of thought I was moving more than I am, but I'm really not. You know, I was kind of just standing there going. And is it a more constructive shot? I mean, the real pros are moving their whole body on every shot, aren't they? Or
Okay.
not necessarily.
Two things. One of them is you're starting off like that on virtually everything. So you've got the start, it's moving into the shot. And so what I would say is watch them as they're moving into the shot. And the other thing is that because of your situation in Alaska where you don't have much more room than this,
Right.
Watch them when they're playing close to the table.
Yeah.
And what you'll see is the idealized strokes. But you're also going to see a lot of variation. Like, there's the regular block, chop block, topspin block, block drive, regular block being where you just let it hit your racket and you just push it enough to get it over the net. There's the block where you pull back to reduce the speed so the ball goes shorter. Side spin block like this, the pull side spin block. So all those variations. And I've been watching a lot of Waldner, and I noticed that on his chop returns, or push returns, he has a lot of side spin, which changes the depth of the ball. So with this, you have more control of the depth than you do with just this, because you're going in along two axes. You're going, rather than with respect to the direction of the ball. Here you're going in the direction of the ball. Here you're going in and away. So you can kind of triangulate as to where the ball's going to end up. Whereas there you've got one straight line of And that may be the issue that I'm having with that serve into here, that I have one straight line. If I start putting side spin on it, it may change.
Hello.
Wounded. Close. One of the things you've got going for you is you're pretty quick. And playing as much as you have in Alaska close to the table, to me that would increase your quickness because you don't have a lot of time to react. Boy, 6 inches does a difference make. Yep. Do you know what I just did? That series of strokes? First one I did was to your backhand. Wasn't as far over as the last one I did. You had no problem getting it back. So, I moved it over towards your forehand. You got it back, no problem. It wasn't as strong a shot. Then I moved it in, and same thing. It wasn't a strong shot. So your backhand was a strong shot. The one in here was, you got to move to get forehand, or you can go backhand. Now since you're doing so well with the backhand, what you might want to do is move over with your backhand and still get it. The problem is that if you hit it in the same direction, you're now that far off the table. So you've got to come in. So being able to do that shot to where you can put it anywhere in here or down the line, because, let's see, I'm expecting this shot, since it has inside-out spin, or right to left from my standpoint, left to right from your standpoint spin, to go in this direction instead of my forehand. So when you can do that same return down the line, then what you've done is you're returning from about there, right? This is your center. If the ball is, if you return it and the ball is then hit down the line, you're in position to get it. If it's hit over there, you're in position to get it as well. Let's see. Oops, sorry. Interesting shot. Wow.
Want to keep it interesting.
I'm breaking a take.
All right.
You've got, here, I'm going to, out in the video. While
Try to have some serves.
what is your, wait a second, it's not supposed to be going. Okay. the way I serve a distance from behind the table, you know, if what I'm saying is representative or typical, then most of your serves are fast serves.
Right, that's what I've always kind of won on. Although I realize it's always not effective. I'm not playing people.
Once they get the timing down on it,
Really easy to hit flat.
it's they've got it. Let's okay, we're recording now, so let's see, forehand serve. My equivalent to your fast serve. Check out how far I am. Don't even catch this ball. Just I'm back further. I toss the ball back. Yeah, see, I gotta really tilt it. I'm still back further than you are.
Yep. Well, that's why mine aren't going in, I think, too. Big part of it, you know.
Again, what I'm talking about is not your new serves, but your old serves.
Yeah.
And again, I would stick with those until you thoroughly understand the old serves. When you thoroughly understand, then you'll know how far back you are, what the height is, what the timing is between. Now, the timing is going to be the hardest thing for you because there's so little for you to not understand that.
Right.
But the catch is that if you are going to hit it up here, all you have to do is get your racket there. I mean, you can go back as far as you want. Now, you're not going back very far. You're doing something like that, I think. Let me see one of your old-fashioned serves. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just a real quick roll. Smack.
No, I still want to toss it. See, it's just as difficult for me to go to yours because of the timing. But again,
Might figure out what that is.
figure out what it is for yourself and go through the whole variety of your serves. If that's the serve that you use most often, you'll learn it the quickest. And then you go to your other serves. Like, do you have any chop serves?
You know, a couple like that. You know,
Well, do it the way you usually do.
You know, this is that's how I did it. Never.
Yeah, now see,
But even that can easily be
yeah,
translated in.
that's more easy to translate,
Yeah.
I think. Let's play 5 points and we switch.
Okay.
So we're not going to, and it'll be like a game except we're not going to keep track of score. Because what I'm interested in is serve and return of serves. But we'll play like a game and we'll only play with one ball or so.
Okay.
We won't have very many balls out there. So I've got one, you got one, and we'll chase them when we, okay. And I'll start off with some serves that I've been used to doing. So you'll get an idea of what somebody at my skill level can do. That's one.
Ooh, nice.
Nice rally. That quickness of yours. This is 3. Oh no. Old style serve, old style serve. You got it on the. You'll have it on the video. That was 4.
There was 5. I missed one. Then I counted as
Okay. I'll start counting for sure. 1. Yeah. 2.
Nice.
Thanks. 3. And this is 5. Yeah.
Sitting. 3.
You get that down as a regular serve,
Right.
and it's a good one.
Yeah.
That was 4.
4.
One.
Hang on.
No, I didn't. That was 2.
Oh, nice. Huh.
Wanted to give you an idea of some variety.
Yeah.
That backhand on the forehand side is an interesting shot. Is that? Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah. 3. Out.
Oops.
5. Come on.
Oops, sorry. My leg's out on us. That has so much spin on it.
Ooh, it hit ya.
No. And one more.
No.
Right direction.
Oh yeah.
I was hoping it would go down there.
1.
Oh. It's it's really good that you have that shot, but you'd be better playing it with pen holder grip.
Got it, different, yeah. Three,
Oh, sorry.
4.
Lazing out. Nice return. Video. Watch what you did on that. Because you can generalize that shot. It's a really good return. I think so anyway. I think this is 3.
Yep.
Not only did it go down the line, it hit the edge. Very nice recovery.
2.
Yeah, slow and high. Just what Mama said I always wanted.
4.
Hair adjustment time. Cut between having hair that's too short to be long and too long to be short. That was 2, this is 3.
Nice.
Little chop
Big
drive.
chop. Yep.
Yeah, that spin. 2 things, if you don't get it right, it's going to go wide. Second thing is it's going to be returned here. Unless you really pick it up. I can show you how to do that, but it's too early for me to show you. I think this is 5.
Oh. Can't really turn it.
Right back to your blocking zone. Oops. 4. Oh yeah.
Watch it a bit more. Woo!
Really?
Do that all day.
Is that 2?
Yep.
Okay, so this is 3. Again, I want you to return that to me over here so I can hit it forehand. 4. Wow, that was very nice. I like what you did. You didn't give it to me over there.
Trying to make it interesting for you.
Now the next question is, did you do that on purpose?
I did.
That's what I wanted to hear. And I think this is 5. that's the variation of the shot that
Nope.
you really have down well. This is sweet. I'm too kind. 4. Nice to see that serve back again. I really like that.
Lost it for a while.
Hmm?
Lost it for a while.
Well, I haven't been doing these because I figured it was too much for the people I'm playing with. That's very nice.
Yeah, I gotta get used to breaking my wrist of getting more of a, get that racket speed up. Because with the spins that you're
Well,
throwing,
you can break it. Personally, if I were you, on the serve anyway, I would just, again, watch what you're doing now and then copy it into the other. You can always put the breaking your wrist into it later.
Oh, flat.
Yeah, that may have been a no spin serve.
Yep. And nothing on it. Not turning at all.
Boy, I mean, I like the shot, but it would be nice when you can do an actual backhand.
Right, right.
That's this is serve 3, I think.
Yep.
And 5, serve 5. Almost.
4. 5.
Nice backhand. I forget which serve this is.
It's 2.
This is the second serve? I was trying to do what you did. Third one.
Nice.
And number 4. And number 5.
One. Two.
I know, I wish I'd have gone on as well. Exactly the way you wanted it to.
This is 4. And 5. Oh.
That's a nice pickup. See, you do have a back end.
Yeah.
I know.
I
It's
just
that.
use it right, yeah, yeah.
This is 4. And 5. What I wanted to show with that one was that, at least at our skill level, you can still do the quick serve.
Sure.
And now that was to your backhand, but I could have done it as a right-hander from my backhand side across court, or, yeah, because I would normally be serving, let's see, right-hander normally serves from here, my backhand is here, his backhand is here. The right-hander backhands I think will be serving in from here. So, anyway.
Yeah.
2.
And 5 Reno.
There we go.
Snappy. Right to the body.
Yep. Right to the elbow. Crook in the elbow.
Three. Bonus.
Break time.
Alright.
I'm tired because Andres and I played.
You played this morning?
Yeah, we stopped around 12:30.
Nice.
Come on. You did find it. You are going. Sure, it's recording. Okay.